All right, everybody, great to see everybody. Really excited about the scrimmage. There's going to be a lot of things to teach off of. You know, I thought that it was a really physical scrimmage. We came out relatively healthy. You know, we'll see bangs and bruises. We're up here all day, so we'll see exactly where we're at, but felt really good about that. You know, first part of the scrimmage offense was explosive, ones and twos, man. They had some huge plays. Jordan Brown had a phenomenal day at receiver. I think he had 2, maybe 3 touchdowns. Him and Baron Morton hooked up. You know, both ones and twos looked good. And then we went red zone, and again, I will take good defense in the red zone every time. We did our red zone lockout, and the defense really dominated the red zone. They won that period. Frustrating part, we had 4 pre-snap penalties that, you know, there was 3rd and 10, and we jump off sides, so now it's 3rd and 5. It's 3rd and 14, we jump off sides, 3rd and you know, 7, and then we turn around and we're going by the book. You know, we're literally going by the book today, and we're saying, hey, here's the magic number, and we got 4th and 1, you know, so we're going, and it's like at the 16-yard line, and we get a delay of game. So now we got to kick a field goal. And so you'd rather that stuff happen now in the scrimmage than in the game. And so a lot of stuff to teach off of. But as far as the physicality, and the brightest part of the entire day for Red Raider Nation is Bryce Ramirez went full scrimmage today, full pads live. And so it's a dude that we all saw have a terrible injury, and he was full tilt today, played great. You know, was in on a lot of tackles. Just a testament to our training staff, our doctors, and then a kid that just has a work ethic and like nobody I've ever been around. And so great to see him. That was kind of the highlight for me, to see that guy out there, because he has such a joy. He's a great teammate, and you know, he really missed playing last year, so it was good to see him back out there. And so with that, open up to any questions.
Go ahead, Drew.
How was the kicking game shaking out?
Really good, man. I'm glad you asked that. Gino hit a 52-yarder. So what we did was usually we come out and we'll go like field goal block, live block. And I told Kenny, I said, look, anytime we're in a situation, since we're using the book, then we'll kick it if it's a kick. And Gino hit a 52-yarder, plenty of distance. So I love that. You know, he's in the lead. Which we expected for field goal. We expected him to be our field goal kicker. Really proud of Reese. Reese, when we're working our kickoff, he's putting them, you know, back of the back line, 8 yards deep, 5 yards deep, consistently in the end zone. So we feel like that we have a good combination of what we really needed. But Reese has done a good job on the field goals, but Gino, I mean, he's really stepped up, and that was a big kick from that distance, because he missed one. He had plenty of leg yesterday, but he hit the top of the right upright, and probably would have been good for from 60, but it hit that pole. He was trying to play the wind, and it just didn't move. So for him to come out and nail that 52-yarder, feel really good about the kicking game. And then I think we got the best punter in the nation. You know, Max doing a good job, but Brooke is really, you know, there's a couple guys that I would say are the biggest from last year to this year, the growth as a football player. He's one of them. He's doing a good job, you know, as our backup punter.
And then sticking with special teams, who are some of the returners in the mix, kickoff and punt return?
Miles will be our primary punt returner, but Jordan Brown's right there with him and pushing him. And then kickoff returner, Jordan Brown and Dre McCray are the 2 main ones, and they've looked good. You know, both of them. If you see him walking around, especially Jordan, if you saw him last year or this year, I mean, he's 190 pounds. He was probably weighing 178 last year to maybe 180 on a good day. So he's put on really good muscle, and you can tell by the way he's playing, he's really physical. And again, if you said probably a player of the day on offense, it would have been Jordan Brown.
Julie, can you tell us, guys who have been out, what they did and what their recovery time is? Steve Linton is...
Steve Linton, he'll be back Tuesday. We wanted the swelling to go down, but he'll be back Tuesday for practice. Coy's out for, I would say, until Tarleton or West Virginia. He has a slight, and we went ahead and did it like the next day, but he has got like it's nowhere close to his other one, our shucks, but he did the other collarbone. It's crazy, man. We were sitting there talking, and I mean, he said, Coach, I've gone up and caught that ball a million times and landed that way, and you know, with collarbones, it's just like almost a perfect storm. And so it was like more of a crack than, you know, both of the other guys. It was like 2 places and really displaced, and so we expect him back on either Tarleton State or West Virginia. Malik ankle. He'll be back Tuesday. So we'll do a walkthrough tomorrow. We're off on Monday. We'll practice Tuesday. He'll be back Tuesday.
And
Nehemiah, his is probably a little bit like, no, he's not like Coy. I was fixing like Coy. I think he'll play against Wyoming. You know, he feels really good. He doesn't have any kind of break or anything like that. Just getting his vision in the one eye back, but he didn't have to have any kind of surgery or anything like that. I know there was rumors out there that was orbital fracture and everything, but it wasn't. Nothing was broken, and so just waiting for him.
What were the circumstances of how he got hurt?
Oh, just football. Just football, kind of like the other day. You know, we had a couple of them in practice to where they get excited and irritated with each other, but you know, we feel good about him playing at Wyoming. You know, if it's anybody, I don't know if it's good for anybody, but it's good if it is Nehemiah, because he's so friggin' smart, and he's a football junkie. He's in every meeting. So we expect him to play this Wyoming.
With that being said, when will he be released to actually do everything?
I think the game week. If it is Wyoming, he'll be released for the game week, you know, to get into pads and stuff like that.
Coach, with that on Coy, who else is stepping up at outside receiver?
We got Jordan Brown at outside receiver. I mean, now it's Loic and Jordan. Loic went with the ones today. Jordan went with the twos. They're alternating. Jordan went with the ones yesterday. Loic went with the twos the day before, so it's back and forth. But Jordan Brown, and man, I'm gonna tell y'all, I mean, you'll see, because I know Pat had put some of them out, but I mean, he caught some deep balls, and then there was one deep ball he caught, and the safety had a bullseye, you know, should have knocked him out of bounds, and he just ran through the tackle. And so, you know, good to have a football junkie to take that spot. The young guys, though, man, you know, I'm really pleased with the young guys. I mean, DJ Crest, TJ West, Kelby Vassell, I mean, they're doing a great job, so I feel good about them. But, you know, that's the room that we're really, really deep, and we're really good, because, you know, Xavier White had a really good scrimmage today, and, you know, he steps right in with with Nehemiah. But some of the stuff we're going to do with Miles is going to be a little bit different. We're going to use him some different ways to get him the ball. He's just so dynamic whenever it's in his hands. So we got to, you know, Kitley's got some tricks up his sleeve to get those guys the ball.
And how's Brady Boyd look?
Great, man, great. He's full back. The thing that's great about Brady is he can play every single position at the wide receiver spot. So really intelligent, coach's kid. You know, to be honest, he didn't redshirt and was a transfer. And you know, he and I have talked a lot about this, that if there's a possibility to do it, there's no way he should have played as a freshman, you know. And so we're going to see if we can, because of the depth we have in that room. We actually did this in 2019. Jalen Petrie, people won't ever believe this until you talk through it, but in 2019, Matt Rule redshirted Jalen Petrie and played him against Texas, played him against OU, played him against Iowa State, like certain games that he was needed and that we were able to redshirt him. And so if that could be a possibility. We'll just have to see. You know, it's always like, do we have enough to go win a game? And if we do, then we'll pick the games to play him in, you know, and because he deserves that. You know, you don't want a kid to have to play 4 years whenever he was supposed to redshirt as a freshman.
Coach Yates mentioned that you got Jalen Peoples working safety and corner. Where do you see him playing more at as of right now?
Right now, like today, he took every snap at corner. He actually had a really good day. He was, you know, he and you know, you got a kind of a rotation out there with Malik out, and so he's been playing a lot more corner. We wanted to work him both because we don't want to get in a situation where some of these freshmen maybe that aren't ready to play 12 games, you know, we might pair them up and say, like, this guy plays 4 games, this guy plays 4 games, this guy plays 4 games, and still be able to redshirt them. So we need guys like Jalen, who's another guy that loves football, to be able to do both. But he's had a great week. We had a 2-minute period yesterday and had a pass breakup on the slant that got the defense off the field to win the 2-minute period. So really proud of the way he's playing.
We've got time for about 2 or 3 more.
Coach, now that you have pads on, how's the O-line looked? I know we've heard a lot about how they advanced.
Man, today was a huge step for us. I'm smiling because I was messing with Chuck. I said, you don't know what to do with all this time, bro. Like, there was him and Barron, like there was like 2 times that they had to check down wide open, and they held on to it to let somebody to clear to get open to throw a huge play downfield, where last year there was no, you had to throw the check down. I mean, you had no choice. And so, I mean, you're talking about a group that is night and day. And man, I just really excited. And, you know, told y'all at the first, I mean, we're fixing to get another really good guy back. He'll start working back in. But, you know, I said to Ty Buchanan, you know, had a calf strain, you know, in our first press conference. He'll be back. He'll start really getting going Tuesday and Wednesday. So that just adds more depth to that offensive line. But, man, huge. It was fun to watch today back there, because I'm back there with the quarterbacks, and I'm the guy that get close. I literally was telling Coach DeRuiter, Coach, I'm trying to blow the whistle for a sack. There is nobody even close. And then I think that upset the D-line a little bit. So in the red zone, there was a couple of sacks, you know, which you don't want to give any sacks up in the red zone. So it's good. This team really sharpens each other, because they, one team, one side of the ball will win certain periods, and then the other side of the ball will step up. Just got to be more consistent. But it's really iron sharpens irons right now.
Coach, speaking of the D-line, you got Tony Bradford Jr. and Jalen Hutchins up front. Do you guys have an idea of who's going to get minutes at DT behind those guys? Yeah,
really proud of Quincy Ledette, Duda Banks, Blake Burris has made a huge, and another guy, I mean, huge step, changed his body. He is having a great camp. I think I say we do all the numbers on player load, and for the bigs, I think he's won every single day of player load except for once on how hard he's practicing. And then Trey McAlpin has really, he was slow early in camp, hadn't played, you know, in 2 years, coming off that injury as a mid-year freshman, and he's had I'm anxious to see the film today because he got a lot of reps. And so that's like, from last year to this year, that's a huge change, because, you know, we really had 4 guys, and sometimes it was 3.5, and now we feel like we have 4 to 5 to 6 legitimate guys to go and take snaps for those guys.
Coach, you mentioned iron sharpening iron. We talked about the big plays as far as offense, but what have you kind of seen from the secondary? We knew that they gave up several big plays last year. What have you kind of seen to improve upon that?
You know, the thing right now is just playing together more. You know, you do have a veteran secondary, but you know, you have a new star in C.J. Baskerville. Made a huge play on the goal line today in the red zone lockout. So just playing together, communication. You know, they're doing a really good job. They made some really good tackles in the open field to make guys take snaps. That's a big part of it. You know, get the ball down and make the offense drive the ball. So I'm happy with that. But the biggest thing is just communicate. A lot of times last year, there'd be like 4 guys on the same page, and the 5th guy was, you know, on another planet. And so we got to get all 5 on the same page, and they're getting there. It's just continuing to play together. You've got new voices, 2 new voices. One, you know, played a lot last year and played in the bowl game with Tyler Owens, but, you know, having him and CJ really communicate, because those 3 safeties are the guys that are doing the most communication in the defense.
Joey, the AP Top 25 preseason poll comes out on Monday. What's your expectation for your team, and how would you use it depending on where y'all are ranked, or how would you use it if you're just outside the top 25? Well,
it'd be interesting. I know there are going to be some teams that, I mean, it's a whole new year, but there's going to be some teams in the top 25 that we beat. You know, and so if they're in the top 25, then I definitely think that we should be. But like, we were in the coaches' top 25, and it's an honor. Excited, but I don't know if I heard one thing said about it team-wise. You know, our strength staff likes to give the coaches a hard time and you know, mess with them about that and why we weren't higher, and it's on the coaches. But you know, the players, I mean, we're really, I'm telling you guys, we're focused on us and we're focused on Wyoming. Like, the things that I haven't heard is past week 1 and really like where we're going to end up ranked. But I think it's great for our fan base. I think it's great for the program. Anytime the double T, you know, I've been watching the quarterback and seeing Patrick Mahomes wearing the double T while he's working out. I mean, it's great for this university. And so if we're in there, then it's going to be awesome. If we're not, then we're going to get in there and fight our butts off to keep climbing.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate y'all.